Hey there, and welcome back to the Flippin' Foxes. I'm Sherry, and no, you have not seen me in a while. I did not quit YouTube. I have not quit reselling. I did want to hop on here real quick and wish everybody a very happy new year, and hopefully you had an amazing Christmas. I was going to get on and do a Christmas video, but I have had a lot of ups and downs this month, and it's made it a little difficult to get on here as much as I wanted to throughout the holidays. Basically throughout the entire month of December. I spent quite a bit of time reflecting on what I was going to do. Not by choice. I was kind of laid up in in the recliner. As you can hear, I'm getting over multiple things. I wound up in the ER right before Christmas. And my medical issues have kind of made me really stop and pause and think about what was really important and realize that my reselling store isn't the end all. Sales were very slow this season on the eBay front. I did quite a bit on Etsy, and that really made me realize the items I need to be selling, the platforms I need to be selling them on. I have decided not to quit eBay, but it's going to take a completely different look. Now that I have a little bit of my energy back, I have been going through my inventory and really sorting out, letting go of things that I just know aren't going to sell. No matter how hard I try, no matter how many platforms I put them on, they're not going anywhere. So they are going in bins to be auctioned locally, and it's going to cut the size of my store probably in half for right now. And going forward, Shannon and I discussed a certain dollar amount we want to be looking at. And when we go into these, we are going to thoroughly research every item we pick up. And I know that gets a little hard during the summer months when you're at garage sales because you can't be on your phone, spending 10, 15 minutes per item. But with the colder seasons, and since we do a lot of auction-based sourcing, we're going to really look at each item before we bid on it, see what the sell-through rate is, and change our course of action. We were hoping that we would have a much better holiday season, but when certain life events happen, you start realizing this aspect of it is not where you need to be stressing on. I had a scare, wound up finally getting myself into the ER because I'm very stubborn and having medical issues most of my life. I hate doctors. I hate hospitals. So I wait till the very last minute to get in there, and I got in and managed to get the test ran that I needed and figure out what was going on. Thank goodness it's not cancer or anything major like that. But it's going to be a lifestyle change. Less stress, less worrying, which means, and I did a lot of that during the holiday season. I really focused on each sale that came through and just was happy that I was making sales. I stopped worrying about the quantity I was selling and really paid attention, since I was just sitting there, and you can only watch so much television. Let me tell you, I think I've watched every Christmas program and Netflix series out there, and I'm ready to get back into this. I came out the other day, like I said, and went through some inventory. It took a little bit because I'm doing things very slowly, but I am going bin by bin and, like I said, sorting through things. I'm getting it relisted onto eBay, really changing everything, price, description, and then stopping after I get a bin completely relisted on the things I'm going to keep on eBay, and I'm cross-listing them across all the other platforms. It's made a huge difference. I think we get too much inside our head with this business, and we're like, okay, I've got to make this work on eBay. And sometimes just doing something on there is enough. So that's going to be how I'm going to move forward this next year. I know I said I was going to quit eBay. And I think that was, like I said, I was getting too much in my head and focusing way too much on what I was selling and why it wasn't selling and blaming myself. And I'm not doing that anymore. And it's made a huge difference. And I'll go ahead and put it out there, when your stomach starts telling you stop, because your stomach controls everything. Controls your inflammation, your joints, the way you think. And I know a lot of it was due to stress. I'm a worrier. Family trait, unfortunately. But I have to focus more on me this year, and that's what I'm going to be doing. I will be putting out videos, but and it's not that I'm not going to tell you the ups and downs, because that's just part of our business, but I'm not going to make myself a Debbie Downer and blame it all on the platform. And although I do still think a lot of it's eBay, but at this stage, after going through what I went through and sitting there for weeks, barely able to get up, and, my husband and my son were helping with the packing, I was almost grateful we didn't have a super busy season, because if we had, I don't know that we could have kept up with it. We got some good news though, and it turned everything around and really, again, makes you rethink things. We actually found out in November, was not allowed to say anything until my children allowed me to. But my middle son got married, I believe it was in September, and they found out they were pregnant. And then on Christmas Day, we found out it's a little girl. So I have 3 boys, and I've always wanted a daughter. And so a granddaughter is even better, because I can spoil her rotten and hand her back to mom and dad. It's going to mean some trips, and that's where we need to put our focus and a lot. And my husband got hired on full time. He was working part-time, but basically full-time. He was still putting in almost 40 hours, but they hadn't officially made him full-time status, but they offered that to him, and that's going to really help, because that was a pay increase. And although it was a pivot from our original plan, we're still young. We wanted to be retired and doing this, but this now is going to be the extra money we need to go visit our grandchild. And that was kind of the whole pivot this season. So with that, I hope you will continue to follow our journey, and I will definitely keep you up to date on the grandchild. I'm so used to saying she is due in June. So we will definitely be, and let's hope she goes all the way to June. either May or June, we'll be taking a trip down to Texas to help out, and which is perfect because, you know, that's kind of the slowdown season for our store, so it will be perfect timing. So with that being said, I want all of you out there who are struggling to make this work to just take it day by day and realize that not everything revolves around your store. Life is more important, and our health and our family, and I'm going to tear up and cry because it's been a long road the last month, and it's taken a lot of coming full circle to realize the importance of it all. So with that being said, I hope you all have a very happy new year. Stay safe, and I will see you in 2024. And since Shannon is off, he will be joining me because I'm going to drag him onto the video because we did get a couple of good sells the last few days. So I'm going to have him come on and we'll share those with you. So